Okay, so next thing we're going to be doing here is the square 6. This one's a little bit complicated in a sense. What we're going to do for this one is I'll start it off. You have many options for this one. I'm just going to go ahead and draw a 6 by 6 square. 6, go down, 6. We'll probably bump that over so we don't have to interfere with the previous drawing. 6, and then we'll close it. I'm going to move it here real quick and pull it all the way over here. Okay, so as we're looking at this, we see the thickness is 0.5, 0.25. So I'm going to offset it, type 0.25 in, and I'm going to offset the thickness. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to offset, you can offset 1.5. If you come in, if you see, I'm starting to define my inner bars right here. So what I can do is I can do a trim. This will be a very busy trim here. But I can select everything, windowing it here, and I'll just trim this inside. Now, I'm going to do that. I'm going to trim this again. Let's do it like this. I'm going to select it again, just repeat it, and then I can trim it like that. And then I'm going to take this and erase. So draw that and trim it here, trim it here, trim it here, trim it here, and then do another trim inside. So what we can do is we can do a bunch of lines then. And this is using all your geometry. What's nice now is you can use a mirror command and do select your midpoint. And if you do your midpoint, you can mirror right over. So now you have that shape there. So we can go ahead and draw a line now, midpoint to midpoint. We can just go all the way around here. And then we can do an offset, 0.25, so offset, 0.25. And we got that. Now I'm just going to do a line. I was going to hit L if you're curious. And come through and do that. Now I'm going to do a big old trim here. I'm cleaning all this up here. You could do different approaches. You could do one side, mirror it around, rotate it around, do an array if you know it yet. So right there, that's our next shape. So now we're just going to do midpoint, midpoint there, and then we're just going to offset 0.25 inward. We can do a big old trim again. You can do trim or TR. There's our shape right there. We'll go ahead and select all this and make our lines a little thicker so they stick out. There's our object lines. And now we'll just throw some dimensions on here. Make sure we drew it right. So we'll start down at the bottom. Endpoint to endpoint. 3. Do 6 here. Do the right side or left side here. Oop. Make sure when you do it, you don't select your extension lines. So let's get a thickness. A little tip here. If you want the number over here, select this side and select the direction you want the number to go. Now you will have to select that line dimension here. And we'll just do midpoint to midpoint. That way we can get dimension over here. Let's see what we can. I don't think we're going to be able to bring it over any closer. We really don't want it in the line of the part that just be sloppy overlapping. So that works for us. Let's go ahead and do this one over here while we're at it. I'm going to do a perpendicular. Perpendicular meaning 90 degrees to that line there. And you're going to see due to rounding error, this is 0.177 as shown on there. And let's go ahead and throw this dimension on here. That should be it for part C, which is the square 6.